Alright, so you want to absolutely destroy your game with RetroArch, right? So if you're doing this in the Steam version, you just press F1. This will bring up the quick menu and whatnot. If you're doing this on the web browser version, you do the same thing, but if you're playing it on a Chromebook, make sure to set top row keys as function keys instead, and then you can open up the menu. So what you do is you press F1, which is the back page button on a Chromebook, and you'd go down to cheats. And then you want to start or continue a cheat search, and then you want to start your cheat search for example 16-bit games like I'm doing, which would be the SNES and whatnot. You can do 32-bit for Game Boy Advance, PS1 and Virtual Boy, and 8-bit for the NES whatnot. So I'm going to do one for the SNES. So you start your cheat search, enable Big Endian, and then you create a code match at code 0. You press backspace to go back a page, and then go down to your cheat, for example. So I'll use a cheat I just created. You want to enable it, set your memory address to somewhere in the memory. I'd recommend somewhere higher so that you're not hitting the BIOS and the game just crashes immediately. I'm going to do somewhere around like the 1600 mark, for example. And then your number of iterations is how many times your cheat will be repeated. You can increase that to whatever you want. I wouldn't recommend going absolutely crazy with it. And then address increase each iteration is how much the address will go up by before activating the cheat again. So if I were to set this to 14, for example, it would activate the cheat at my memory address 1649, go up 14 in the memory, and then enable another cheat at that new memory address it chose. The value increase each iteration increases the memory value by whichever. I'm just going to do, I'll say like 40 something now. So after you've done that, you go back, apply your changes, you go back, and then you want to restart your game. And then hopefully if everything works, you know, this should happen. Like, my color palette is completely broken. Anyway, my color palette is completely broken. Some sprites will break depending on the codes that you activate. And some levels can just complete and, like, utterly break. Like, as you can see, color palette's all messed up and whatnot. That's just a basic rundown of just what you can do with cheats. You can completely corrupt games with them. That's why I love it.